Hey guys, hope everyone's having a good day. So today we're going to do a video on Niklas Arrhenius or Nick Arrhenius. I'm sure a lot of you probably know him as the BYU coach, but I don't know if a lot of you know that he was once a former Olympian. In the 2008 Olympics, he was a 66-meter discus thrower, and I think he is still competing to this day. And he has been throwing over 60 meters, I think, for almost 2 decades coming up now. And I think that's the longest streak out of anybody throwing over 60 meters in history. So, quite an accomplishment right there. He also won a silver medal in the World Junior Championships, and made it to a couple of World Championship teams representing Sweden. And I think he just has fantastic technique. And we're going to go through this. We're going to watch this a couple times. I got this off his Instagram, so I hope he doesn't mind. Sorry if my neighbor's doing like a saw that he's using his like power saw, so I'm sorry if that is in this video. I can do nothing about that. So you'll just have to live with it, hopefully. But I do apologize. So, as you can see, incredibly smooth, incredibly fluid technique. Honestly, there's not really many bad things I can say. There's one little thing I'm going to point out in this that maybe is not so little, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see. Wide, very wide here. Kind of winds down a little, so he's not like totally level, like a Virgilius Elecna in his wind, but it's not bad at all to say. I love how relaxed he is, though, and I love that he really opens up with this left foot really early, so he really engages his lower body super early. Really love that. Keeps the left arm inside the left knee. I mean, he opens up a little bit sooner here, but you see that a lot with like people like Gerd Kanter and like a Niklas Arrhenius, where they, oh god, okay, so you see that a lot with like a Niklas Arrhenius, Gerd Kanter, where they keep the left arm inside the left knee and then they open. More Kanter than Arrhenius. Niklas Arrhenius, that is. But this is really part of the training time. I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Nick Arrhenius, he did some training camps and stuff with Kanter and like his training group too. Because I think he also did some stuff with Mark Israel and Martin Cooper and Simone Peterson and Daniel Stahl and stuff. In that group, I think Kanter was there a couple of times. If I remember correctly, I could just be completely wrong and just making that up, but I seem to remember something about that. But maybe that's where he got it. Maybe that's just how he throws. It was definitely a thing back then to keep the left arm inside the left knee. Back in like the late 2000s and 2010s. I personally like to open up the left arm a little bit more because I think it just allows you to be a lot more free and allows you to turn a lot easier out the back rather than being super restrictive. However, if you have problems ripping out the back or rushing the back, this is an excellent way to prevent that. So if you have trouble, try keeping the left arm inside the left knee, at least until you can figure out how not to rip out the back, and then maybe you could try experimenting and, start loosening up that left arm just a little bit and stuff. But this is fine. I mean, so he opens up the left knee here, so it stops, and then he opens up the left arm. So that's a good way to do it, where if you want to keep the left arm inside the left knee, you keep it inside until the left foot stops, and then you open up the knee instead of just like stopping it like here, to allow his hips to like come through. And if you notice, his sweep's going to come through. He's going to hold his chest right here. Let's see. Hold his chest right here. I would like him to be looking to where he's throwing a little more, but that's a very nitpicky thing. I just love how relaxed his arm is. He has such a relaxed, nonchalant throw, which is why he's just been consistent over 60-plus meters for, again, like almost 2 decades now. Like honestly, it might be over 2 decades. Because I'm sure he was competing before 2008. So it might be more than 2 decades now. Which is just an insane thing. I don't want to overshadow that. That's actually like an insane thing. I don't think, I'm pretty sure that is a record because I don't think anybody's ever done that. But let me get back to this. So, skipping ahead a little. I love this left foot taking off here. Does a little pre-turn. Love that. If you notice, look at where he is. High point, really nice. Right in line with the head. I like that. So, I don't like too high of high points with 2Ks. Because I think especially if you don't have the shoulder strength, it's hard not to just scoop the discus. So, I like more of like the orbit. So, like the high point in line with the head here. Really like that. So that allows him to get a lot more out while still staying very relaxed. And he kind of bends his left arm here and then extends it again. So that's okay, that's fine. And I want to just go over this position. This is why I love a pre-turn. And if you notice, he doesn't get that much air time. He just does the pre-turn super subtly right here. So by the time he lands, his left foot is so past. Is like so past his right side. It's honestly unreal. And he lands, let's see, where does he catch? He catches, and it's super deep catch here. Really love that. What I don't like is this right foot stopping. That part I don't really like. I think it should keep moving. Now, does he drop it a little? Let's see. Yeah, he does drop his right heel a little bit, which is why it stops. If he kept this and just kept turning, I think that would have been way better. Kept this height, with his right heel and didn't drop it. But he lands here. I love that he's super open with his left side to create a big stretch in his hips. And if you notice, this kind of mimics the position out the back when you wind. Because, your feet are duck-footed, knees apart, and that's what you want. You want to replicate what you did in the back pretty much. All right, so he lands here, and then he turns. So he does turn like really, really nice. I think he's off the ground a little bit too early. I think he could have stayed grounded up until like here pretty much and then chase it out. So I think he does get off just a little bit too early. But I think that's because his right foot stopped. So, but he does an excellent job chasing it out. Super nice recovery. No way he's not going to save that throw. It's just a super relaxed, consistent, rhythmic tempo throw. Well, not tempo throw, like just super rhythmic throw. We can watch it again. It's just like, and I want to add something to this. When he's on the release, he's not trying to add anything with his arm or anything. He's just letting the throw just kind of happen and just come to him. He's not trying to just rip it at the end or like add anything weird, because you don't want to do that. You just want to turn and just throw nice and easy. Like, not nice and easy. Well, yeah, nice and easy. In a way, like you don't want to like add anything at the end or something, because you should be accelerating through the entire throw. So you don't need to add anything with your hand or your arm or anything. You should just release it and not try and like smack it or do anything like that. All right, if you're doing everything right in the ring, your release will kind of just happen. You just gotta just keep turning. That's it. Just gotta keep turning and hit a block, and you're solid. All right. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, there's really not that much to say. There's a reason why he's thrown as far as he has for as long as he has, and it's because he has really darn good technique. So let this be a lesson to you. Now, if you notice, again, with this throw, nothing flashy. Nothing flashy at all. And sure, he was never like a 70-meter thrower, but honestly, I don't know which is better, throwing 70 meters like once or throwing over 60 meters for pretty much 2 decades. Like, that is a feat. Like, especially because, he was, I say, only a 66-meter disc thrower. Like, that's far as hell. But, you would expect someone with like a PR like over 70 to have this feat. So it's even more astonishing that he's that consistent, which just shows you how consistent, how good of a technician he is, that, he can perform that good. Especially because I think he's got to be pushing 50, if not over 50 by now. And he's still throwing over 60 meters as of last year, or this past season, I should say. I don't know if he retired from throwing or is he's going to keep going, but I mean, might as well keep going until you stop throwing 60. But man, that is such a accomplishment. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's just a super, super nice throw. I really love it. I really love just how long his arms are, especially his right arm. Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot. I could just shift like this. I love the radius he gets here. Really, really out long and just chases it out. Super, super nice. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the power saw again. And thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.